Hello and howdy everyone. I'm here to talk about the new film from James Mangold, The Wolverine. And what is it, the 6th X-Men film? What is it? It was X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men 3, and what? Then Origins, Wolverine Origins, and then Days of Future no, that's the 7th one. First Class is the 5th one. And now what? The Wolverine would be 6. So whatever. X-Men 6, Wolverine. The series for me is basically hit or miss, and I mean total hit or total miss. I would probably say that X-Men 2 I think is the strongest of the films. For me, it kind of competes with First Class. I think basically X-Men 2 and 5 are the strongest of the bunch. X-Men and this new one, Wolverine, would follow that. And then X-Men 3 is, I think I put it as the worst film of its year. Last Stand. I think I kind of stuck in my fanboy craw because I was a big fan of the Dark Phoenix saga. It was one of my favorite, sagas to read as a kid. I would always go back to the Dark Phoenix saga, and I thought that it was absolutely butchered by that film. So that kind of, pissed me off a little bit. I definitely believe I called it the worst film of its year, as well as X-Men Origins Wolverine. I called it the worst film of its year as well, but it, for me, goes to one of the worst films of, its decade. I found X-Men Origins Wolverine to be painfully and just outrageously terrible. It's a theatrical experience that I'll probably never forget, but it's for all the wrong reasons. So I was kind of apprehensive to see this film. I figured, well, that it had a 50% chance of being good and a 50% chance of being shit. But I think it's good. If I haven't said it yet, I have no problems giving it a 7. I mean, maybe in time, if I see it a couple more times, I'll give it a 6, but the theatrical experience was definitely a 7 for me. I had a fun time. It was enjoyable. It was well directed. I thought the action sequences were very good. I enjoyed all the characters. I enjoyed the setting of Japan and all the incredibly beautiful women in the film. I think Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. I think he's a fantastic actor. And I am very glad that he keeps on playing Wolverine, even though he doesn't really have to anymore. I just enjoyed the film. I'm somewhat familiar with the comic saga that it's taken from, which I believe is Logan. Was it written by Claremont? I can't remember. That's just a guess. That was seriously off the top of my head. But I'm somewhat familiar with the saga it was taken from, so I was ready to see it. It just a quality watch. Let's see who else is in it. Oh, one thing I definitely did not like about it was, I guess, the bad guy for most of the film. The Silver Samurai is definitely the most memorable villain of the film, but we don't get to see the Silver Samurai in action until the very end. And before that, the bad guy stuff is basically taken care of. Now I'm trying to remember her name. I think they called her Viper a couple times. Anyway, a female bad guy. She's reptilian. She is kind of like Poison Ivy in the sense that she is apparently immune to chemicals and diseases and such, poisons. And in fact, she creates poison. You know, her breath is poison, her saliva is poison, she's poisonous. But she's yet can like heal herself by stripping her skin away, so she's got that reptilian aspect to her. Anyway, not a good bad guy. Not a good bad guy. You know, she's played by a woman, very beautiful woman. I don't know her name, but I never for 1 second believed her at all. You know, she's just not believable as you know, this, I guess, psychotic villain. You know, she just kind of seemed dead eyes, and she never was intimidating, never, you know, again, not convincing in the least. And every time that the film focused on her, I basically checked out. You know, I was just like, ugh, her again. I can't tell you many of the actors in this. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. The rest of the cast is dominated by Japanese actors. One of the ladies in the film is a megastar in Japan. I cannot remember her name right now. For some reason, I want to say Tao or Zhao, something like that. She's not the funky punk, pink-haired, katana-wielding, you know, girl, but she's the, I guess, the lady that Wolverine is protecting for, you know, most of the film. She was amazingly beautiful. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, distractingly beautiful. And a fine actress, but good lord, she was gorgeous. All the acting is fine, I think, with the exception of Viper. You know, nothing outstanding, but, you know, no one definitely comes close to overshadowing Hugh Jackman and his performance, which is, you know, kind of what they're going for. I just enjoyed the film. I thought it was a great, you know, summer blockbuster popcorn movie. You know, definitely very good at being escapist. You know, it definitely made my brain stop for 90 minutes, so that I'm grateful for that. In fact, it may have been a full 2-hour movie. I can't remember. Again, it's been a while since I've seen it. It's actually been over a week. Usually I try to record right away, but I had a move, and so it's been a while, and I still think about it, you know, from time to time. There were some really good action sequences in the film, so it was memorable. It was well shot, looked gorgeous, you know, it had, you know, heart. It really gave. It felt like a human story more than anything. Had a lot of heart to it, a lot of emotion. Gorgeous cinematography, you know, putting it in Japan. Again, the film primarily takes place in Japan. Looks gorgeous. You know, the costume design, everything takes you there. Even if it's like futuristic, it still has that, you know, ancient Japanese feel to it. Good special effects. I thought the Silver Samurai was awesome. Seems like he was a little different from the comic book Silver Samurai. Not that I followed it too closely, but I don't remember him being so big and basically a, you know, suit of armor or like a Iron Man robot suit. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I thought it was a good watch. You know, I think it was a solid 7. You know, definitely entertaining. Definitely worth watching on the big screen. I did not see this in 3D. It was not shot, you know, conceived in 3D. So I, you know, don't believe in seeing films in 3D unless they've been conceived and shot and filmed in 3D. Nor did I see it in IMAX, because it's not an IMAX film, so you shouldn't pay extra money to see it stretched negative. So that's silly to me. So I just saw it in regular 2D. and had a good time. You know, I definitely would recommend the theatrical experience. It's a good crowd, you know, decent crowd. Everyone was just kind of into it. You know, no one got too excited. I don't know if I have anything else to say. Just thought it was a solid picture. I guess if I have to rank it along with the other 5 X-Men films, it would probably... I may have liked it more than the first one. I may put this right in the middle at 3. You know, I think it would go for me X2, and then First Class, and then maybe Wolverine. You know, I don't know. I haven't seen X-Men in a long time, so maybe I'm not speaking correctly. So yeah, I mean, it was a quality watch. It was a quality watch. I think that's about it. I don't have much else to say. So that's the Wolverine from James Mangold, and I give it a solid 7. Quality summer entertainment. Thanks.